What it do, what it is, it's your boy Gifted, and I want to say thank you for joining me in this journey. It's a solo venture, but it's not a solo journey because I want you to be a part of this with me. Whether you're in the comments, whether it's the likes, whether it's your subscription, or you come on live once in a while and join me and share your opinion, or you go on social media and share what we're discussing here. This is going to be the first welcoming video, whether you're the gifts or gifted nation, whatever we determine it will be. But I want this to grow out into something deeper than just reaction videos. I want us to talk about a multiple range of topics because I believe that as human beings, we are like onions, we're layered. So whether it be music or entertainment, film, TV shows, what's going on in society, just funny memes that we see, or just reacting to what other people are saying. I just want to have a conversation with the people. So get in the comments, like, subscribe, share. Today we're gonna start off with Vaughn's Crashout Heritage. It's in response to Joey Bada's The Ruler's Back, which is a flip on Slick Rick and a flip on Jay-Z. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let's go. I really love about him choosing this instrumental is the fact that Kendrick on Hard Part 6 is telling his story of TDE from the ground up to where it's at, and his part that he played in it, and everybody around him, and what happened. And so, to me, being a new member of TDE as Vaughn is, it's like he's planting his flag in the story arc of the company. So I think that's really dope to utilize this specific instrumental in such a pivotal moment of his career.
Courage come from niggas who minds in the middle with nowhere. It's monsters where I'm from. You stuck if you trying to go there. Uncle was a crackhead, cocaine on his nose hairs, getting high with the low fares. No Jordans, just pro cares.
See, I love the imagery that he paints. Like, to me, Tupac was really good at imagery. Like Heaven for a Gangster and all of those type of things. Nas is really good at imagery in his storytelling. So just to picture like it on the nose hairs, like that cocaine, like that's fire. I thought that was really dope. Was that a Courage a Cowardly Dog reference in the beginning? I think. I'm not really sure, but y'all can tell me in the comments though. But let's get back to it though.
With the sneak diss and taking shots at us, then hide the Uzi. Cause nose hairs getting high with the low fares. No Jordans, just pro cares. What's with the sneak diss and taking shots at us, then hide the Uzi. Cause the only badass the world was recognizing is Boozy. Please don't get confused with
Nah, see, like that reference right there is fire. Like, he came out shooting. It's funny because he talked about hiding the Uzi, basically him saying like, you sneak this and but you ain't saying names. Like, put a name on it, right? You're just talking about the West D licking, but say names, put the name to it. But right after he references the Uzi, he starts firing and he puts a name to it. So I find that really interesting and clever. And of course, he's talking about Boozy Badass being the known badass versus Joey.
Doing the movies we're really shooting was on Soul Album. So if you ask me, you look like a goofy. I hope this message reaches you well. And Tori, you should be ashamed of yourself. Cause DDG needed to sell. You did a verse from a sale. For you went to jail in a booth. Me and you was Keenan and Kel.
See, now I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy that he referenced Tory because Tory got on that DDG song and started getting involved in the whole Drake and Kendrick situation. And so him referencing it here to me is dope because people talked about it on Twitter, but nobody talked about it on Wax. So I appreciate him standing up for that.
Things happen on the mic when niggas beef over L's. Don't
come on, you catch that line. If you watch Stranger Things, like Stranger Things, L, like that's fire.
On the mic when niggas beef over L's. Don't think you shot her. I was praying for your freedom as well. You loyal to rappers in your early days. You beef with as well. If ain't no friendlies in a six, then we gon' blick you as well. Shoulda did 60 days in for a podcast.
Now, before we get to the next line, like I want to reference something that he said that I thought I just caught it. Like when he's talking about you loyal rappers in your early days, right? I think what he's referencing with Tory Lanez is like, yo, you used to diss Drake when you first started, and now you pretending to be on some loyalty stuff, getting involved in something that don't got nothing to do with you. So I think that's kind of what the reference is. I think there's a lot of like in between connecting bars that actually are really, really dope that make this fire so far.
praying for your freedom as well. You loyal to rappers in your early days, you beef with as well. If ain't no friendlies in a six, then we gon' blick you as well. Shoulda did 60 days in for a podcast. I treat Mar like orders from Timu. He'll get boxed bad. When it seemed like everyone hate us, how can we not crash? The pop out did something for niggas who don't got dads. Watch us make the
Nah, come on. Like, no, we gotta pull that back. We gotta pull that back. So first of all, he's talking about the podcast line he referenced, right? Then he goes into should the 60 days in for a podcast, right?
For a podcast, I treat Mar
like orders from Timu. Get boxed bad. You know, if you have ordered anything from Temu before, like the packaging is horrible. It's the cheapest. It's all both broken part. And then he's talking about box bad, like, you know, and I'm happy he referenced Maul too after the Tory line. Like he's just stringing them together because Maul, you know, is proving his side when it comes down to everything. There's no fairness in the way that he, you know, converses about this battle. So I'm happy that he mentioned him too.
From Timu, he'll get boxed bad. When it seemed like everyone hate us, how can we not crash? The pop out did something for niggas who don't got dads. Watch.
Now this I might be reaching, but to me as a writer, the way he connected the pop out, like did something for niggas without who don't got dads. Like, so think about it. You don't have a dad, so dad is out. Pop out. The pops is not there, so pop is out without dads. I think like connecting those together was not a fluke. Like he's saying something in that. He's like the pop out, which was the event with Kendrick, did something for niggas without dads.
Something for niggas who don't got dads. Watch us make the stock crash. Kids play with cap guns. Last year was Act 1. I'm so that nigga black.
Now this might be another reach too, right? Like last year was Act 1. You know, last year was Act 1.
I'm so that nigga.
So that nigga Black Gums, but nah, it's the line before. Kids play with cap guns, right? Last year was Act 1. So maybe he's even referencing academics in that ball, talking about last year Act was on some cap. You know what I'm saying? He was firing, but he was missing. You know what I mean? Or it could be a simple reference of like, yo, like Act 1 was last year, the beginning of all of this, and now we in Act 2. It could be a little subtle shot at academics.
Kids play with cap guns. Last year was Act 1. I'm so that nigga Black Gums. I came for chicken, flats drums. This TikTok crash out slang is not the right one. Not crash outs is doing shit you can never come back from. Speaking on the
and that's real life. Like on social media, you can crash out and maybe you get canceled. I don't even think that's a real thing. But he's talking about crashing out in real life, like could end you, like you not existing anymore. And I really like the chicken flats drums like connection. Like I don't feel like I remember anybody ever like putting them pieces together. You know what I mean? Pun intended.
Land and it's a quiet place. Marathon, my soundtrack to life. We in a giant race. My hustle
Nipsey.
be for rappers, client base. Pray they don't violate. I'm trying to make it home to my daughters with my entire face. Ozempic claims on the block the way we losing the weight. Dissing my sign, leave you can shine. You're blue in the face. Y'all cheesy as fuck. Charcuterie base. The unity face.
Nah, come on, man. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this is rapping. Like, it's not just about filler, punchline, filler, simile, filler, metaphor. Like, nah, he's stringing them together along the way to get you. And I really love that because that's a lost art in itself. We can go back to the Nipsey line and then he strings the marathon and line and then he strings that into my hustle before rap was client based. So he's connecting those two things together. And then he goes to Ozempic on the block, of course, because Ozempic is such a big thing right now and losing weight, you know, both ways. But then he taps into the charcuterie board, cheesy as fuck, cheese on a charcuterie board. You know what I mean? Like he got the Krishan on the face because Krishan Rock actually has a blue face tattoo on her face. Like, man, it's like I love the layers and the complexity and the attachments of all of the bars. I think that's dope.
Client base, pray they don't violate. I'm trying to make it home to my daughters with my entire face. Ozempic claims on the block the way we losing the weight. Dissing my sign, leave you can shine. You're blue in the face. Y'all cheesy as fuck. Charcuterie base. The unity fake. This not an ad, but AD know the community. city straight. I'm
Shout
back
out
on
to
Fig, I'm getting in shape. Been losing my mind, it's not where it was initially placed. Tomorrow.
So I lose my mind, not where it was initially placed because he lost it. The community, AD from the community, back on Fig. Like, by the way, shout out to the whole team for being on the radio now. Like, that's a really dope look. That's a really dope look. And I just want to send out my prayers to all the people from Los Angeles with everything going on with these fires, man. It's really, really like touching and hard, like pulling at the heartstrings, like watching people lose everything that they own.
I'm getting in shape, been losing my mind, it's not where it was initially placed. Tomorrow won't be in the same place I am as today. The West Coast, the best coast, now get the fuck out my, they ain't gotta like us, we whooping feet and applying pressure. Point is that we been at they neck, go get them diamond testers. Take.
See, even that, like the like us and whooping feet, I don't think that was like by happenstance or by, I really think that he meant to put those two together like that. You do think about not like us, so he references like us in there, and then Kendrick using whooping feet when he was going through the battle. I never heard whooping feet until he brought it up. So I'm assuming that's a West Coast thing, right? Like fighting, I'm assuming. So putting those two pieces together was fire. And of course, diamond testers at your neck, like, testing the diamond. So that was fire.
The same place I am as today. The West Coast, the best coast. Now get the fuck out my, they ain't gotta like us. We whooping feet and applying pressure. Point is that we been at they neck. Go get them diamond testers. Taking off fades off the back. Don't make me call for extra. That's why we always going off like black people smoke detectors. We raised Pac, Dre, and Nip.
Now I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just built this new setup, right, for doing content, and I heard my alarm going off doing that sound. So I find that mad funny, like mad funny. And definitely a trinity of Pac, Dre, and Nip. Like, that was crazy.
The back, don't make me call for extra. That's why we always going off like black people smoke detectors. We raised Pac, Dre, and Nip. That's a heavenly trinity. And all we had was DJ Head to back us in the industry. They talking reckless. That's a death wish signed in blood. Bitch, this LA County, we baptized goofies in the mud. We really won't smoke with them niggas from the west side. We aliens on X-Files. You name the price, we best buy. Peasants don't contest guys. That shit that we can't let fly. On the dead homies, we'll turn them out to some dead guys. Man, fuck being buddy-buddy with niggas dissing in public, but see us in private and try to act like a distant cousin. We ain't doing no.
I feel like Drake just mentioned something about distant cousins in that track, that freestyle that was supposedly leaked by a conductor. Is a conductor that references, everybody believes is referencing LeBron, King James, LeBron James. But I feel like he said something about distant cousins in that. I'm gonna have to go back and check, but I feel like he did. And if so, I don't know when these were recorded time-wise, but that would be an interesting thing. And then he's talking about the distance that we have, like double it. Like, yo, get even farther away from me. If you won't mess with me, don't mess with me at all. Not even, don't try to mess with me a little bit. And you gotta respect that.
Niggas dissing in public, but see us in private and try to act like a distant cousin. We ain't doing no budging, we ain't dapping and hugging. And if we gotta stand alone, we gon' stand alone like a plug-in.
See, now that's a music bar. If you ever did production or mixing or anything like that, you know about standalone plugins. So, like, I'm mad I never thought about using that before as a writer. And then, like, I ain't even gonna lie, I just realized, like, see us in private and try to act like we distant cousins or whatever. That's like a throwback reference to the beginning where he's talking about Joey and how Joey was on Ab-Soul's album. And so, like, you cool in private, but then you get on record and you talk about West Coast D-Lick and whatever. And, like, for me, Joey's already used that bar in a previous song, like, years ago. So I don't really think, like, it's personal. I think it's just competition. I just think this is hip-hop. But it's smart of Ray Vaughn to, like, utilize this moment to kind of call that out.
Act like a distant cousin, we ain't doing no budging, we ain't dapping and hugging. And if we gotta stand alone, we gon' stand alone like a plug-in. I love it. And all the distance we've been getting from y'all, just double it. As long as we got mustard, then we gon' keep moving upward. Real talk, all these King Arthurs to me looking like busters. When y'all had y'all 10 minutes of fame, we ain't say nothing. When it put Giuseppe's on for clout chasing, it's outrageous. Just go and make them hits that you not making without hating. Drag rates, check the Chase account to see my stocks raising. Don't check it.
Nah. Come on, come on, come on. Y'all see that line? Y'all see that line? Dried grapes. Check the chase account to see my stocks raising. What are dried grapes? Raisins. And the beginning of the sentence, the end of the sentence is equal. Come on, man. That's high level rapping right there. That's fire. And we kept talking about crashing, like crash outs and stocks crashing, and now the stocks raising. Like, come on, man. Like it's all references to prior sentences, like and bars, and I freaking love it. And then like the 10 minutes of fame line, like the one thing I realized is I've started thinking, I'm like, has anybody ever tried to come at the South for their long run? Because like the West just getting a couple months of being, at the top, and they're already getting shots fired at them. So why nobody ever took shots at the South while they had that long run?
We ain't say nothing when it put Giuseppe's on for clout chasing. It's
Joey
outrageous. Just
have
go and make
Giuseppe's
them
in
hits
that
that you not
Ruler Back
making
video?
without hating. Drag rates, check the chase account to see my stocks raising. Don't check in when you pass the 10, that get you outdated. How we ain't like that? We influence everything. Y'all niggas move out to LA just to get put on by our games. If you don't like the way we pop it, then stop picking up our slang. At least the homie was direct when he was mentioning y'all names. That's how you really crash out, and it's a part of.
Nah, okay, yes, Kendrick definitely did name drop, but to be fair, he didn't name drop in every song he dropped. You know what I mean? From the beginning, when he started everything with Future and Metro, he didn't mention Drake's name. He just alluded to it. We knew who he was talking about when he was like hugging and kissing on stage and all of that. So I don't think like you necessarily always have to name drop when you making your shots. So on that one, it was a dope ball, but I don't necessarily feel like it totally applies.
Our names, that's how you really crash out. And it's a part of our heritage, renter center lifestyle. So if I pull up, I'm airing shit. Felt compelled to speak up since y'all been looking for charity.
And of course, like errands is basically rent-a-center is the same thing. Depending on where you live in America, like you might not experience them, but rent-a-center and errands is the same. So like errand shit, airing it out, errands, like that's fire. Like that was dope.
Shit. Felt compelled to speak up since y'all been looking for charity. Now y'all do what y'all gonna do, but just don't speak on my area, nigga. Cause y'all not willing to take it as far as we gonna take it, I swear for God. I mean, look at the evidence. I got love for every region, but the smart thing to do is to stay the fuck away from mine. I turn one of you niggas to an album rollout.
Bro, come on, man. See, now one thing I love is the way he ended it. It reminds me of like the classic like battle rap songs. A lot of people may not remember this, but a lot of them have like talking moments or like samples from like clips from movies or a lot or things people have said, and they throw that in there, and it makes the beat it makes the track even doper. Sometimes the talking parts are as pivotal as the actual rap bars. So him like the faux, I swear for God, look at the evidence. And of course, if you look at the evidence, the track record of West Coast rappers who get involved in beef is it's next level. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're thinking about Ice Cube or you're thinking about Tupac or you're thinking about The Game or Kendrick, Ray Vaughn is adding himself to that. And again, it's a lineage kind of conversation. That's why he's talking about what he's talking about on the Hard Part 6 instrumental. So I really love the way he ended that. I thought that was fire. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it.